Hello and welcome to our weekly retail review for 35 Plus Where to Shop, where every week we showcase our favourite brands and designers and retailers based on style, personality, colour palette, body shape and dress code. Now, this week's retail review, I just wanted to say something before we dived in. We are going to take a look at Tokito, which is an in-house MYER brand. You'd probably say that it's a little bit more targeted at the youth market because it's usually, put beside Miss Shop, etc. And when I introduce clients to Tokito, sometimes there's a little bit of resistance because often what we hear from clients is, I don't want to dress too young, I don't want to dress too old. And what Christy and I really want to say about that is it's all about being ageless and not putting yourself into a box in terms of where to shop. We have clients in our 70s who shop at Forever New. Likewise, we have clients who are in their 20s who shop at Sportscraft and Blue Illusion. What we want to say about it is if the style is right, if the colour's right, and the shape and fit of it is right for you, don't worry about the name of the brand. Don't worry about who they're spending their marketing dollars on because it's got to fit your profile. And that's what I want to say about that. So let's take a look at Tokito because there's lots of gorgeous things I need to show you. So as I just mentioned, Tokito is an in-house MYER brand. It's been around for years. It's one of their staples and core brands. MYER have recently introduced a lot of concessions, like they've got their David Lawrence, Q, Country Road, Calvin Klein, Seed, but they've kept this as an in-house brand because it really does speak to a particular style personality. So again, if I was to describe the vibe, I'd say youthful tailoring. And style personality wise, I would say compared to last week with Hobbs, we had sort of more classic and elegant straight up. This week, we're looking at a more feminine vibe that then leads into the classic and the elegant. So I would say if you're predominantly feminine, Tokito is going to be right for you. When it comes to colour palettes, I do find Tokito tends to cater for all. At the moment, I would say it's a little bit cooler to neutral. However, for a warm, you will find a few pieces there as well. In terms of body shape, it really does cater for all body shapes. So really great for that hourglass shape, inverted triangle, and also rectangle body shape as well. When it comes to sizing, I actually really love what Tokito does. They actually have a petite sizing range, which is from 6 to 14. They have their Tokito main range, which is 6 to 16, and then they also have a curve range, which is from size 16 to 22. And what you'll find is that they'll have the core range across all of those, the petite, the regular, and also the curve. And then you'll have some special pieces that are just for the petites and just for the curve range as well. So you'll see that as I show you some of my favourites today. When it comes to price points, it's really quite reasonable. So you're looking at about $69.95 for full price for dresses. Pants you're looking at from $59.95. Tops and tees you're looking from $29.95. And for coats and jackets you're looking from $89.95. So where are they? They're available in MYER, in store and online. Now MYER offers free delivery for orders over $49. Otherwise it's a flat $7.50. And it's $15 for express delivery as well. They also have click and collect, which is awesome. So if the item is in stock, you allow 1 to 3 hours. At your local store, you allow 1 to 3 hours. Otherwise, it can be 1 to 3 days, depending on where they have to ship that item from and to. And then there's 30-day returns from date of delivery as well. But you can also return in store, or you can return from parcel point too. So before I show you some of my favourites, I just wanted to remind you that if you haven't downloaded our free retail guide, 35 Plus Where to Shop, you can do that over at 35pluswheretoshop.com. And I'd really encourage you to join us in our free Facebook group, 35 Plus Where to Shop, where we have, well, over 1,400 ladies helping each other find the perfect piece for them. So let's check out some of my favourites. So first up, I wanted to show you pants. Now, the reason I wanted to show you pants is because we used to have this issue where everyone was going, all I've got is a pair of black pants. And now we've moved to a situation where we have people saying, well, all I wear now is navy pants. And for any of you who've been following us for a while, you know that Christy and I bang on about navy pants all the time. So as a community service announcement, we did want to show you some other great coloured pants that would work really well in your wardrobe. And in particular, the burgundy this season is really huge. It's a huge trend for this season. You'll also find these pants available at Tokito in the petites, their main range, and also the curve range, not only in the burgundy, but in a beautiful teal colour. So again, really great and neutral. So the burgundies I find will work across both cool and warm. These ones I would say are slightly warmer. The teals work beautifully with cool and warm as well. And then they're also available in the grey, the navy and the black. So great core colours for all colour palettes. The other thing that I quite like about these pants is that they are more of a, I would say, straight cut. So they're quite tapered at the bottom. So really creating that streamlined look through the bottom half of the body. The only thing I'd say is if you are an hourglass or you are a triangle body shape, those pockets can be a little bit tricky. It doesn't mean that you can't buy the pants. If everything else works with this particular pant, then what I would suggest is if you're happy to forego the pockets, I would have them removed or I would have them sewn in. So again, just worth taking a look at this as an option in terms of another neutral. So the burgundy, the teal or the grey pant as well. So this one I'm just showing you in the petites, and great value at the moment at $39.95 too. Next up, I just wanted to show you, this is the same style pant, but just in the Tokito curve range. And this comes with a belt as well. I just want to show you, it's a bit of fun. It's a spotted pant, got a deeper background in that sort of charcoal grey with a sort of a pinky red spot on it. So really, really lots of fun. Again, you just want to be mindful of the pockets with this one. You see that they're very much going for the same look throughout the range in their different size ranges too. For those of you who are very much more feminine and elegant and are looking for a knit with a little bit of detail rather than just a plain jumper, not a dumper, a jumper, try the pink lace sleeve jumper, which is really, really gorgeous. So it has, this would be great under like suit jackets and things like that. Also fantastic with a skirt. I know sometimes it can be tricky to do skirts with blouses if you're not someone who necessarily wants to tuck in. But if you still want to create that hourglass shape and something a little bit more fitted, then I find a knit is really great. And it's very much elevated by the lace detail on both, on the sleeves here, which is really very pretty and feminine. Next up, I had to show you one of the dresses. And one of the big trends we're seeing coming through this season is the midi length, okay? And I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. And also these midi to maxi winter style dresses. You know how I feel about things that have a raised waist. I'm such a fan because I do find it's flattering for all body shapes and creates a beautiful shape for every silhouette. The other thing I like about these winter maxi and midi dresses is the sheer and softness to them. So they look so beautiful and feminine with having more of a sheer sleeve. So of course this is something that you're probably going to have to layer, especially on a day like today on the East Coast where it is a little bitter and the wind is biting. So you will need to layer a bit. And look, I even layer with long sleeves underneath dresses like this if I'm going to dress it down a bit. Obviously, if I'm dressing this up for work or something that's a little bit more smart casual or even to, dare I say, bar wear, then often what I'll do is I'll just make sure I wear quite a heavy coat or jacket over the top to get me from warm location to warm location. I love the flow through this. This has actually got a pleated skirt to it. However, pleats can be a little bit tricky for a lot of people, but because this is such a soft and sheer fabric, this will work really, really well. So you don't need to worry so much about the pleats. Now, I did mention that middies can be a little bit tricky, and that's because middies tend to cut at the widest part of our calves. And what happens then is it makes the eye think that our leg is that width all the way up. So I always say cut at the narrowest part of your leg, so just below the knee, on the knee, above the knee, or around the ankle. However, if you want to do a midi, it's all about just adding a little bit of a heel or going for opaques or a deeper pantyhose than your skin tone there. Again, I'm a bit addicted to the pink at the moment. The previous pink was that warm to neutral. This is a little bit warmer in our dusty rose pink, and it's got quite a bit of volume going on in the sleeve. This sort of top, if you're not going to tuck it in, you will need to wear with quite skinny or straight pants to create that inverted triangle look. If you were to wear this over wide legs without tucking in or doing the magic tuck, it'd be too much for you. So what you want to do is focus on creating either the shape through the waist or creating that inverted triangle shape with wearing it with something quite skinny. This is a really, really gorgeous look. Particularly great if you're looking to create width across the bust line because of the gathering around the bust, and also across the shoulder line just because of those pin tuck details around the shoulder line. So this is a really great top, for example, for a triangle body shape. Really great. And last but not least, I want to show you the Tokito rib wrap cardigan. Now this comes in the petite range, the main range, and also the curve range. This also comes in a grey. I think it's in a black as well. I'll have to double check that, and also the emerald, or what I call almost the teal. And the reason I'm showing you this is I have had so much success with this particular cardigan with lots of clients. So this is probably just below bottom, and I don't actually know, the photos don't quite do it justice. When you actually see it on, it has a little bit more of a waterfall at the front and is super, super flattering. So how I tend to style this on a client is actually tying at the back, and actually shows a lot more shape around the waist when you do that. So you can leave it open at the front. If you're someone who likes to have something belted at the front, that works beautifully as well. But I really do like showing that sort of shaping at the front. I would definitely recommend trying this on if you're looking for something, a softer draping cardigan. And the grey is in sort of a mid silver grey, and I have found it works probably a little bit better for my cooler clients than the warmer clients. However, the teal will work too. So they are just some of my favourites. So you can see why I wanted to show you the Tokito range, and it's got pieces that will work for, you know, your classic, your elegant, your feminine. You know, if you're a creative, you can pop in there and give it a go. If you're sultry, you can pop in and have a little bit of a go too. So probably not so much there for your dramatics, your rebellious, and maybe your naturals too. The main thing I wanted to get across is we're aiming for agelessness, okay? We're not, you know, it's knowing that we fit somewhere in a range but not pinpointing exactly where we are. So I never want you to discount somewhere to shop just because you think that's not your particular age range. You will find something everywhere. It's more important to focus on your style, personality, colour palette, body shape, dress code, and your budget obviously as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.